Hi, this is Bob from Hobby Concepts, and today I'm here to talk about Tamiya King Hauler and Grand Hauler trucks with the Tamiya multifunction control unit. Now, if you've got one of these units and you've got one of those trucks, you'll look at the Tamiya instructions and they show you to mount the speaker in this horrible monstrous box right in the middle of your cab. You can't put in seats, you can't put in a dash, you can't put in a driver figure, you can see it through the windows. It just doesn't work very well. A couple years ago I did a video on how to move the speaker up front, but I've got some new updated information, so I wanted to make a new video on how I'm doing it now. So let me set this over here out of the way and show you this front mounted speaker. It's very elegant, it's easy to do, it gets the speaker out of the cab, up into the front underneath the hood where it belongs. It's easy to do. I'll put links in the description to this. Let's get started. Okay, so as I mentioned, mounting a speaker from a Tamiya MFC in a Tamiya semi-truck is pretty problematic the way they come from the factory. They give you this monstrous box here, and they tell you to mount the speaker in the box and then stick the box up here in the cab. Well, the problem with that, of course, is that, you know, when the cab's on, now you have this speaker in your cab. You can't put a driver in it, you can't put seats in it. So the solution is to move the speaker somewhere else. Now there's not room in the sleeper, so what we've done is developed a way to mount the speaker up here in the front, and that is this two-piece little speaker box here. I have a video that was up a couple years ago that showed how to make a speaker box or speaker brackets out of aluminum, and that was a little bit problematic. First off, I made a lot of them and sold a lot of them, but they were just super hard to make, and I didn't like doing it. And the second problem was it was a bracket like this and another one in the front, but then you had no box around the speaker, so the sound wasn't as good. So this new bracket incorporates a built-in speaker box that surrounds most of the speaker and also provides a face, so when you're looking in the grill you don't see the speaker, you just see a nice black surface. So let me show you how this works. Now this particular chassis I just put together for this demonstration. It does not have any front shocks on it, but I put it together the way I normally would. So the first thing is to pull off the two front mounting screws here that mount the bumper mount, and that's pretty straightforward to do. And when you get a Tamiya MFC, it comes with all kinds of extra screws and nuts and bolts and pieces, so you're going to get all the pieces you need to mount this. So now this has holes in it and just drops over here, and the screws go back in, but use a longer screw because of the thickness of this, and that will just attach here. So you can see it's pretty easy to mount. Use a longer screw on this side. Okay, and I didn't tighten those super tight just yet. The second part is this back bracket, which mounts to the same bolts that hold the shocks on. So let me grab a couple of bolts here just for demo purposes. And they have one of these shoulder nuts on the back side. So I will grab a pair of needle nose pliers here. Okay. this bolt in on this side. Again, not tight yet. Do one on this side. Now normally you would have your shock here, your shock spacer and everything. So if your truck's already assembled, you just need to remove a couple of bolts. Okay, now the speaker, I clipped the wires off the speaker just so I didn't have to mess with them for this video. But the speaker, the wires will just come out through here. The speaker just drops into place, and you install it with standard 8mm self-tapping screws that you always have a ton extra, and washers. And they just screw down. You do not have to get them super tight, just snug them up. Now you can see how nicely that fits. It just goes right in the front here and gets that speaker out of the way of everything. And the box provides better sound out of the speaker. Okay, and then once those are snugged up, we can tighten down these and tighten the back ones. And our speaker is mounted securely up front, and we still have the whole cab available for an interior. Now, the body, in order to mount this up here, you have to remove this little cross brace right here. Okay, and that just, I just clip it off with a pair of side cutters. And that brace doesn't do anything once you install a grill, because the grill, of course, mounts on both sides and stiffens up the body. So that all that brace does is just kind of support things while they're molding it and shipping it so it doesn't break. And now the body will drop into place just like normal. Let me throw a couple of screws in there just so I can show you how the speaker looks. Yes, the sleeper's been cut off of this body. It's for another project that'll be in a video very soon. Probably this week, if you're watching this video and it's new. So now I've got my body mounted with the 4 screws, and you can see how the speaker fits in there. Fits perfect, and you've got this nice black face here because, like I said, a lot of times you'd be able to look right through the grill, and you don't want to see the speaker. So that hides the speaker as well as gives you a box that helps make it sound better. So that's all there is to it. Pretty straightforward. It's an easy mod. If you have an MFC in your truck, in a king hauler or a grand hauler, it's really the only way to go, because you can get the interior, you can get the driver, it sounds better, it looks way better. You don't want to look through the windows at a speaker. Keep your truck realistic. So that's a nice little easy mod and doesn't really require a whole lot of work. So there you go. Look, I appreciate you watching. Give this video a thumbs up. It helps with the YouTube rankings. And thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.